At 6:45 on a calm Saturday morning, my beagle Winston descended from my second-floor porch inside a custom-built stainless steel elevator like a four-legged CEO on a mission. The neighborhood birds paused mid-song. The HOA president, Mrs. Chapman, stood frozen on the sidewalk, gripping her coffee mug like it had personally betrayed her. She yelled something about unauthorized mechanical transport. That's when I realized this story needed to be told. My name is Derek Lang. I'm a mechanical engineer, mild introvert and proud owner of one senior dog with the joints of a retired athlete. When I moved into the Crestwood Meadows subdivision 3 years ago, I thought I was buying peace and quiet. What I got instead was a Homeowners Association that treated every mailbox like a sacred monument and every lawn like a museum exhibit. Mrs. Chapman ruled it all with an iron clipboard. She had a bob haircut sharp enough to cut glass and the uncanny ability to appear anytime someone violated a rule, like a suburban ghost summoned by mismatched garden gnomes. Winston, my beagle, is 12. He's been with me since college, through breakups, job changes, and the global obsession with sourdough. He's loyal, gentle, and slower than dial-up internet. After we moved, the stairs from our deck to the backyard became his nemesis. Every trip down looked like an Olympic event in slow motion. So I did what any loving dog owner would do. I built a simple wooden ramp. It wasn't fancy. Just solid planks, a non-slip mat, and enough angle to keep Winston comfortable. 3 days later, a letter appeared taped to my front door. "Unapproved structure," it said in bold red ink like I'd built an illegal casino. Mrs. Chapman had deemed the ramp aesthetic pollution. Apparently, according to Section 4, subparagraph C of the HOA Handbook, external structures visible from street view required pre-approval. I didn't realize that helping an elderly dog pee comfortably counted as rebellion. The next morning, I found her crouched in my backyard with a tape measure and a disapproving expression. She claimed the slope ratio posed a danger to community symmetry. I wasn't sure what that meant, but it sounded like nonsense with a thesaurus. Later that week, she emailed the entire neighborhood warning that unauthorized ramps could lead to property value destabilization. Someone actually replied, "It's for a dog, Margaret." That's when things escalated. I began finding small yellow notes on my porch railing, tiny critiques written in perfect cursive. Structure violates visual cohesion. Paint color, off palette, possible. Dripping hazard for passing wildlife. She even left a pamphlet titled Architectural Compliance and You. It was 12 pages long. I tried reasoning with her. I sent photos of Winston's stiff little legs, vet recommendations, and even offered to paint the ramp beige. But Mrs. Chapman was unwavering. "Rules are rules," she said, tapping her binder. "If we allow one ramp, soon there will be chaos." So I did what engineers do when challenged. I overcorrected spectacularly. I filed for an official city permit, hired an electrician, and got to work designing Winston's next-level mobility solution, a dog elevator. Fully enclosed, weatherproof, and powered by a whisper-quiet hydraulic lift. It featured a pore-activated button, emergency brake, and because Winston deserves class, a soft LED strip that glowed gold. 2 weeks later, the installation was complete. Winston stepped inside like royalty. The doors slid shut, the mechanism hummed, and down he went, smooth as butter. I swear even the squirrels paused to admire it. Mrs. Chapman did not share their enthusiasm. Within 24 hours, she'd sent a community-wide email titled Mechanical. Menace on Lot 42. She accused me of installing industrial machinery for animal amusement. She claimed it violated neighborhood tranquility standards. She even reported it to the city as an unregistered conveyance device. The city inspector came out, admired the craftsmanship, laughed, and approved it on the spot. "That's the most sophisticated pet lift I've ever seen," he said. scratching Winston behind the ears. But Mrs. Chapman wasn't finished. 2 nights later, my motion camera caught her sneaking into my yard with a flashlight, muttering something about documenting infractions. The next morning, I printed a still frame of her mid-snoop and left it on her porch with a sticky note. "You're out of compliance." At the next HOA meeting, she attempted to present a slideshow titled, "The Dangers of Unauthorized Elevators." I countered with the city's signed permit and a video of Winston riding the elevator while wearing sunglasses. The board chuckled. The treasurer said, "Looks safer than my grandkids' treehouse." The vote was unanimous. I was cleared of all violations. Mrs. Chapman, however, was issued a formal reprimand for trespassing and misuse of HOA resources. The irony: she was assigned to help organize the community's new pet accessibility initiative, supervised by yours truly. Now, every morning, Winston rides his elevator down like a furry executive while Mrs. Chapman trims hedges nearby, pretending not to look. And every time that door slides open with a soft ding, I swear I see her flinch just a little. Because in Crestwood Meadows, you don't mess with a dog's right to ride in style.